Today's message, this is a good one. And it may be interesting for some of us. I know this is interesting for me. I hesitated when I said this out loud to myself. I deserve the best. And I accept the best now. Say that. I deserve the best and I accept the best now. And notice how that feels when you're saying it. I deserve the best and I accept the best now. While you're on your chair, I am grateful for possibility. Yeah. And why not have that possibility be the best? Sense the feet as best you can. Make your posture square and tall. What I mean is 90-degree angles in the knees, 90-degree angles in the hips, 2 fist widths apart between the knees. That's a good distance apart for our hip joint. Sitting up nice and tall, reaching up through crown of head, engage the belly. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears and roll them back and allow them to settle in the backward position. And then re-engage the belly. Hand on heart, hand on belly. Lifted heart, lifted chest. Feel expansion on inhale. And a drawing inward on exhale. And anytime you wish, you can start to deepen, lengthen the breath, or just enjoy your natural breath as best you can. Some of us are still working on expanding on inhale and shrinking on exhale, the torso. If that's your work, that's great. Just keep your natural rhythm, notice that, and use your tummy muscles to gently push out when you breathe in. And use your hand to gently press in when you breathe out. About 1/3 of us are reverse breathers, so that's our practice. The other 2/3, that's very natural, so we don't need to concentrate on that. When we do expand on inhale, the torso grows on inhale and shrinks on exhale, we are more efficient breathers. Our breathing is more efficient. And that's the way we were born breathing. So if you're ready to lengthen and deepen it, go ahead. Lengthen and deepen breath. Sense it, hear it, feel it. Notice the texture as it passes down the throat. Notice where you feel it the most. Maybe it's in the nose, maybe it's in the chest, maybe it's in the belly. Maybe it's in the shoulders, anywhere. Just notice where you feel it the most. Two more this way, wherever you are. And let's change it up one more time. Double inhale. So inhale, and then inhale some more. Exhale out the mouth, a big long sigh. Take 4 more, 5 total. Double inhales. A long sighing exhale. I wore my t-shirt. It says, it's okay if all you did today was breathe. Have permission. If this is the only thing you do today, it's okay. 2 more double inhales, long sigh and exhale. Hands to the lap when you finish that breath cycle. And let's practice our spinal warm-ups. Cat and cow, arching and rounding. Rolling on the sit bones. We're aware of our connection of our sit bones to the chair seat. The spine is flexing and extending. Let's exaggerate the shoulders in cat-cow, rolling the shoulders back and forward. We're still flexing, extending the spine, exaggerating the shoulders movement. Okay, shoulders go back to normal. Exaggerate the pelvis. We have to channel Elvis Presley here. So exaggerate the pelvis movement. Everything else is moving too. We're exaggerating. We're putting the spotlight on the tuck and tilt of the pelvis. Okay. Now pause in seated mountain. We're going to think more about the middle, the area between the pelvis and the shoulders. So open up your arms and then hug a big invisible beach ball. Please sit in seated mountain, lengthening the posture, square legs, tall waist, long waist, tall spine. Now press, I should say yoga ball, not beach ball. I'm just realizing that. Press the ball into the rib cage. Feel the middle back maybe start to round. Pull the ribs back to the spine. Pull the ribs back to the spine. Pull the ribs back to the spine. That invisible ball is helping press the ribs back to the spine. Okay, now we're going to release the ball, but keep this action in the ribs. Release the ball, keep the action in the ribs. This is what I mean. Many of you heard me say it many times, corseting the ribs. So when we pull the ribs in and engage them. Okay, let's do that one more time. Grab your yoga ball, beach ball, sitting up nice and tall. And as you hug it into the ribs, engage, 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 that corseting effect. Engage, engage, engage. Keep breathing. I tend to want to hold my breath when I'm doing this. I'm guessing I'm not alone in that. Keep breathing, keep breathing. And then sit up tall, maintaining that structure of the corset. And this isn't anything crazy harsh. It's a more of a gentle corseting. All right, so let's go back to cat-cow, arching and rounding. We exaggerated, we put the spotlight on the shoulders, and then we did the pelvis. Now it's the ribs. So cat, we're corseting our range. And then we release that for cow. Cat is the beach ball action, pulling the ribs back, and then cow. It's kind of a little break. This is so good. Really, this action is so important for our back health, our posture. We all want stronger, more flexible backs, whether you're aware of it or not. All right, let's do a couple more. Getting into our muscle memory. this core sitting. You have an option every time you come to yoga class, every time you come to the chair to do cat and cow. That's probably the one thing I would do besides sitting mountain every time I sit down. And then you have the second option to exaggerate the shoulder awareness, exaggerate the hips, or exaggerate this core sitting. Fantastic practice, a mini little yoga practice every time you sit down. How wonderful that would be for your body. Okay, let's come back to seated mountain. Now the core sitting is still in effect, but it may not be 100%. It's probably more like 50% when we're sitting tall and long, rather than pulling those ribs in and rounding the mid back. We sit up tall, there's no rounding, and we're about 50% engagement. Hands can come to the hips or the shoulders or reach up high. Just maintain that 50% core sitting and lean to one side, half moon. Come back up to center, to the other. Reach up and over. Leaning is a fine word as long as we're not sagging. Up and over. Up and over. Maybe with that 50% core sitting, we can't go over as far. Well, that's just fine. We have a more quality posture. Quality trumps range every time. Think. Don't quote me. Right now it does. Quality trumps range. I'm trying to think of an example where it wouldn't. Can't think of one right now, but we'll just go with that. So this is core work. Sitting down is core work. This awareness. May I hear an amen? Oh gosh, it's Friday. I'm feeling a little feisty. Let's call this Feisty Friday. Hands to the lap. Make your little Gyan Mudra, your OK symbol. Press the thumb and first finger together. Reach one arm forward, one elbow back. Okay, now we're getting fancy. Fancy Feisty Friday. How is this core sitting when we're twisting? That's a rhetorical question. We're thinking about it. We're sitting up tall. Again, the range of the twist may not be as extreme, but how much happier is our spine, our back muscles? We're strengthening our tummy muscles, our intercostal muscles, so many core muscles when we're core sitting in every move we do. And remember, it's not 100%, it's 50 right now. You do you, give or take 10%. When the left arm is reaching out, please cross it over to the right leg and let's find a static twist. Sit up nice and tall, core sit the ribs, soften the belly to the right, ribs right, and eyeballs right. Oftentimes I will cue lengthen on inhale, reach up through crown of head on inhale, strengthen on exhale. The strengthen on exhale is the core sitting action. We're breaking it down, people. This is Feisty Friday. Down, breathe. Breathing's not an option. That exhale helps the core sit. Come on back to center. Let's take 3 cat, 3 cow. Happy spine, happy life. The Chinese proverb. All right, now right hand crosses over to left leg. Left hand holds the chair seat. Sit nice and tall. Lengthen through crown of head. Press down to the feet. Core sit the ribs. % or so. And then twist from hips up. We always twist from bottom up. Start with the low belly, ribs, shoulders, and then eyeballs. Inhale, length. Exhale, strength. Inhale, length. Exhale, the corset. So good. Happy, happy spine. Come on back forward. Sun breath. We'll move from sun breath into sun salutations. And then we have to do a squat. We forgot to squat on Wednesday. My bad. Mindy had a beautiful squat photo on her Sunday email. So we must do that. It's a prerogative. Inhale, reach out or up if it doesn't hurt your shoulders. Exhale, hands to Anjali, start to hinge forward. 50% corset. I'm watching you. I got my eyes on you. Hands on the lap, lengthen, corset, fold deeper. Option for the head to fall down, to hang down. Breathe. I'm so happy you all showed up for yourselves today because you deserve the best. Showing up for yourself shows you that you are your own best friend, just like you'd show up for your best friend. And you deserve the best right now. Hands to the lap, press yourself up. Okay. Really nice to corset here. Spine while it's being held up against gravity. Hands up, squeeze the elbows back and engage that corset again. Pretend somebody's pushing that beach ball into your ribs. Breathe and then push yourself upright. Hands to lap. Sun breath. Sun salute number 2. Inhale, reach up. Corset. Exhale, hinge. Sit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold deeper. Uttanasana. Forward fold. 3 breaths. Slide your hands onto your lap. Push yourself up halfway. Peek over the edge. Cliff. Corset the ribs. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Roll them back. And the hand floats up in front of the shoulders. Squeeze the elbows back as you corset the ribs. This is advanced cueing. This is advanced technique. Be kind to yourself. If your body's saying, what the heck is happening? Be kind to your body because this is very subtle body awareness and it takes a long time to get there. Breathe. Push yourself upright. Hands to the lap. Let's hold the right thigh and pick the right thigh up so the heel comes off the ground. Maybe then the whole leg. The right thigh. Foot can be on or off the ground. Change directions. Lower the foot back down. Notice how that leg feels. Recorset 50% or so. Hold the left leg. Pick the left leg up. Yes, for some of us, this is like weightlifting. The heel can be off the ground. Foot can be, go ahead and circle. Thankful for our legs. Oh my. Thankful for our feet. It's mind-boggling to think about where our legs and feet have taken us through the years. Change directions. And then set the foot down. Flap the knees in and out. Okay, sun salutation with wide feet. Heel toe the feet out, heel toe the feet in, heel toe the feet out, heel toe the feet in. Keep going. My words may not be the speed of your legs. Just going with it. You do you. Next time your feet are out, set up your legs so that your ankles are under the knees and the feet are pointing in the same direction as the kneecaps. This is a super duper thing to be aware of for our knee, ankle, and hip health. Okay, so this is an advertisement for knee, ankle, and hip health. And the good news is there's no negative side effects. All the side effects are positive. There's only benefits when we do this. When we're sitting, it's not a big deal. This advertisement is for when we are bearing more weight. Line up your toe, assuming you have all 5 toes, middle of the foot, with the kneecap. Pretend your thigh bone is an arrow and the kneecap is the head, the point of the arrow. And the center of the foot should be lined up right with that knee. When you do that, when you're standing, your knees, ankles, and hips will feel so much better. Most of us, our feet are turned out, pointing more out than our knees. Some of us, our feet are turned in, pointing the arrows going in and the knee arrows going out. So we line them up, our joints are happy. Commercials over, yay. So with our lined up knees, lined up feet, inhale to reach out or up. Exhale, palms together, fold, slowly engage the corset, Eventually the hands can support on the lap. Re-engage the corset to grow the spine long, and then fold deeper. Coming up for the squat. That'll be our apex posture today. This may feel a little bit differently, forward folding with wide knees. Maybe the elbows can rest on the lap. Lengthen the spine wherever you are. Re-corset the ribs wherever you are. And then maybe a deeper fold is available. Maybe stay where you're at. It's all good. There's no better, there's no worse. You do you. One more breath. Hands return to the lap. If they're not there, come on up halfway. Re-corset the ribs, re-lengthen out the crown of the head. This is wide-legged cobra. Curl the chest forward, re-corset the ribs, hands in front of the shoulders, squeeze the elbows back. It's almost like there's a tug of war in our energy. Not our energy, our muscle engagement. When the shoulders and elbows squeeze back, the ribs want to splay out, but we're corseting them to not let them so much. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Next, exhale, push yourself upright. Look at the flexed hands. The palms are reaching out. We're sitting nice and tall. Turn the fingers so they're pointing down, like we're Spider-Man. We want to shoot our spider web out. And then turn the hands so they're pointing up. One more time. It's like we're turning the shower nozzles really slow. Now take one hand, when the fingers are pointing down, one hand holds those fingers and stretches them towards you gently. And then switch sides. Point the fingers down of the other hand And then pull those fingers gently towards you. And release. Interlace the fingers, palms face down, elbows wide, so the forearms are parallel with the floor. Press down to the feet, corset the ribs, reach out through crown of head, and make L's. Making a little zigzag with our wrists. Then we switch, zigzagging the wrist the other way. Moving our joints because it's fun. Feisty Friday, ready to go to the disco, to do some break dancing. We have to have loose joints for that. And here we go, the S wave. Now we're break dancing because it's fun Feisty Friday. Woo. Do I hear a woo woo? Woo woo. All right, shake it out. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gentle fist, tap the chest, front of the shoulder. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth for this. Good stuff. Hands to the lap. Sit up nice and tall. Corset the ribs 50%. Lower the right ear to the right shoulder. Heavy head. Shoulders stay settled. Maybe reach out with the left hand. Palm is reaching for the floor. What's happening to the corset action? Breathe. If the hand reaching out is too much, leave it on the lap. Hand to lap, if it's not already there, lift the head up. Now turn the head, keep the chin level with the floor. Turn the head to the right. Eyeballs right, eyeballs are leading, and that left shoulder stays settled. Both shoulders do, but particularly the left one. Breathe. Head turns back forward. Place the hands behind the head and press the head into the hands. Press the head into the hands. Strong back neck. It's pressing into the hands. The hands are holding the head, holding the head. The chin is not lifting. The head and neck are just sliding back, back, back. Corset the ribs. Oh my. Corset, head, strong neck, strong head. Breathe. Stuff. We can let the hands go. We can practice that when we lie down on our bed at night and press our head into our pillow and then let it go. Press. In fact, let's pretend we're doing that right now. Pretend you're lying in your bed. There's a pillow behind your head. Press the head into the pillow. Lift the chin, just draw the head and the throat back. Release. Don't push the head forward, just release. And then again. Release. One more time. It's fun, feisty Friday. All right. Left ear to left shoulder. Maybe reaching out with the right hand. If your hand's reaching out, put it back on the lap. Slowly lift the head, keeping the chin level, keeping the ribs 50% corseted. Turn your head to the left. It's called eavesdropping asana. The more we practice this asana, the better eavesdroppers we are. That's a joke, everybody. I don't hear anybody laughing. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Corset those ribs, sitting up nice and tall. We're still reaching through crown of head. Looking back forward, press your head into the pillow without lifting the chin. Back, press it back. throat and head. Release. 2 more times. Press it back. Press it back. Corset the ribs. Release. 1 more time. Throat and head pressing back and release. Give yourself a little massage back there. Thank you, neck muscles. How many times has our neck turned our head throughout our life? Mind-boggling to think about that. All right, getting ready for our squat. Let's lift one heel and then the other. One heel and then the other. Pedaling it out. So we can do the squat just like this in our chair. If you have blocks, okay, floor people, if you're going down the floor and you have blocks, you can set the blocks, double them up side by side on the tall height, and you can sit, hold your chair seat, lower your hips down to the blocks, and you can sit in a squat. The knees are high, the feet are still lined up with the vector of the knees, and this is a squat. Full posture. Often as we can do this, we're all better off. It's really nice for our digestive tract. If you are staying on the chair, or if that's too low for you on the floor people, put the blocks on high height underneath the feet. If you don't have blocks, no problem. We're just going to stay wide and hinge forward. Do the upper body movement the same wherever we have our feet. We lift up, engage the corset, lift up through crown, hinge forward, put the elbows or arms inside the legs, and squeeze the arms with the legs. So the legs are squeezing in as the arms are resisting out. And this energy we're creating from that is shooting out through the head. We're a fountain. The elbows reach, the hands can go into Anjali Mudra, but we're still squeezing. We're still squeezing. We're still corseting. We're still lifting. Yes, I know I'm asking a lot of you. I know, but you're capable because you deserve the best, and you deserve the best right now. It's Fun Feisty Friday. Breathe, lift, squeeze. Breathe, lift, squeeze. You got this. All right. Let the arms go. Unhinge the body. If you are squatting on the floor and the blocks are on the floor, go ahead and sit on the floor now carefully. If you have 2 chairs, bring that second chair to you, facing you. And I'll demonstrate with 2 chairs. It's exactly the same for the people on the floor. I will also demonstrate with 1 chair. So for those of you with 1 chair, you will have posture with 1 chair. If you have a strap, bring that up and lay it on your lap. Lay it on your lap wherever you are. I need a sip of water, excuse me. This is Janu Shirsasana. Translates head to knee pose, but we're not going to put our head on our knee. Don't worry about that. For those of you with 1 chair, with or without a strap, straighten the right leg, the ankles flexed. If you have a strap, it's right underneath the base of the toes. The left leg is bent and the knee is falling out to the left. So we have like a figure 4 shape with the legs. If you're on the floor or have 2 chairs, The right leg is straight on the chair like a footstool or on the floor. And the left leg, bottom of left foot is pressing inside the leg and the knee is falling out. Figure 4 shape. So wherever you are, make a figure 4 shape with the right leg straight, the left knee bent and open to the left. Sit up nice and tall. Corset the ribs, reach out through head, top of head, and hinge forward. If you have a strap, one side of the strap's in one hand, one's in the other, and that can hold your hinge forward. We're still lifting. Back is not rounding. If you don't have a strap, just hold the right leg somewhere and let your arms be like kickstands, lifting the posture up. Either way is fine. Breathe. The hinge forward, the chest is leading it. Most bodies want to lead with the head. Interesting. Lead with the heart, the head, heart reaching forward. Head is just following along, keeping our spine neutral. So, if you ask me, not only is that literal, but it's also figurative. Our tendency is to lead with the head and not with the heart. In yoga, let's lead with the heart. Let's practice leading with the heart. It's better for our posture. Just be better off the mat too. Breathe. This is Janusirsasana. It's head to knee pose translated, but it's actually chin to shin. So imagine your chin will eventually touch the shin. This is great for our kidneys. Maybe you feel this in the low left back. Big opener for that area. All right. Unhinge, sitting upright. Place your right hand, if you have a strap, hold the strap with the right hand as close to the foot so the arm is straight. Or if you don't have a strap, put the right hand inside the leg. Palm is pressing inside the right leg somewhere. Left hand to the hip. And let's twist the torso with corseted ribs to the left. That right hand is helping us into the twist. Breathe. If you have one chair and your right foot is on the floor, like your feet are touching the floor and you're sitting on a chair, the next couple of actions cannot be taken as to the extreme. So just please be careful. I want to make sure we're all doing this in the best way for our bodies. So the next step is to slide the right hand closer to the foot. A little or a lot. More of a C shape in the right waist. This is great. You can stay here. Corset the ribs to support the spine. The next step is to put the left hand on the left shoulder and reach up through the elbow, creasing that side bend. The chest is still looking to the left. The next step is to maybe reach the hand up to the ceiling. Breathe. The right hand is helping us stay in the twist. Body open to the left. This is tough. Be kind. You do you. Final step is reaching that left arm over the ear. Still stay twisted. Body's not looking at the right leg. It's still looking at the left leg. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Lots of things going on here, no matter where you landed. Arm up if it's over, arm back to hip if it's up, torso, and then untwist. Let's all do Baddha Konasana. It's a symmetrical posture. So double chair and floor people, just bend your right knee, let it fall open to the right. We're making a diamond shape with the legs, soles of feet touching. Same thing with single chair people. Soles of feet touching, knees drop open, diamond shape is being made with the legs. Corset the ribs, sit up nice and tall. If you have double chair, if your legs are up on the chair or the floor, hinging forward is an option for you. Baddha Konasana. We hold this posture for several breaths. This is a posture that can be held for a very long time, especially if you feel supported. If you're feeling strain in the groin right now, please use your hands to help support the leg so there's not a strain. If you have blocks and you're on the floor, blocks can be wedged under the outer thigh. That's a nice way to support the thighs. Lots of benefits with this pose, many, many benefits. It helps our uterus. It helps our bladder. It's great for prostate health, our large intestine. It's a cooling posture. It physically cools down the body, and it cools down the emotions as well. The hot emotions like anger, resentment, jealousy. Okay, we were transitioned to the other side now. So the right leg can stay right where it is, and we straighten the left leg. If your feet are on the floor, straighten the left leg and just keep the outer right foot on the floor. Adjust the hips. I'm always walking my pelvis to re-expose the sitting bones so they feel very connected to the chair seat or the floor. Another nice way is just to scoop, use your hands to scoop the flesh off the sitting bones. We want our sitting bones exposed to whatever we're sitting on. We have better alignment when we do that. In other words, it's better for our back. Flex the left ankle. If you have a strap, put it around the foot. If you don't, just keep the foot flexed using your muscles. Sit up nice and tall, engage the corset. And after a few breaths, when you're ready to hinge, hinge. And this is quiz time. You know, it's Friday. We have quizzes on Friday. We did in science class anyway. Lead with what organ do we lead with? Our heart or our brain?
Heart.
Yay. You all pass. This is teamwork. We lead with our heart. The head follows. Somebody gets a sticker on their forehead. Breathe. If you have any burning sensation in the back of the knee, bend the knee a little bit. Press that heel down and the knee will pop up a little. You don't want to hyperextend the knee joints. You guys are so good. Thank you for tolerating me. And most of all, thank you for showing up for yourself. because you deserve the best. Right. Chin, few more breaths. Imagine your chin is reaching for the shin. No forcing. For a long time, no pain, no gain was the slogan for physical exercise. And so much research has been done since that slogan came out about our brain science and how our thoughts are connected, our nervous system's connected with the physical body. Of course, if we're in pain, the body shuts down. It wants to protect itself. So it can't function the way we want it to function while it's in protection survival mode. So relaxing, comfort, coaxing, easing into things, the body responds much better. You will probably notice this when you're playing your favorite music. Your body will function better. That is a perfect example of the nervous system relaxing and out of fight or flight mode. So turn on the music, go to the disco, come on up, unhinge, left hand inside the left leg, or left hand holds the strap if you have one. Sit up nice and tall, right hand to the hip, and then we corset while we twist to the right. Corset and twist, lengthen and strengthen. You know, a lot of us were afraid to come to yoga for a long time because we thought the teacher would have us look like a pretzel at some point in a pretzel shape. This posture kind of reminds me of that. We're asking our body to go in, a few different directions. Breathe. This is a great place to stay with the left leg lengthened, the right knee open. We're opening the right hip. We're strengthening the left leg. We're strengthening the corseting muscles, and we're twisted. Already happening right here. I'm giving you permission to stay right here. If you want to take it farther, slide the left hand closer to the foot. So we're making more of a C shape now in the left waist while we're twisted. Crazy stuff happening here. Maybe the right hand goes to the shoulder and we're reaching up with the elbow in our C shape, in our twist. Maybe the arm reaches up high. Maybe the arm reaches over the right side of the head. Two. This side is much more challenging for me. Every side is different. Thank God we're not octopuses. I'm happy I only have two sides. Okay, if your arm is reaching over, lift it up to the ceiling. We come out of it backwards, hand to the shoulder, and hand to the hip. Torso becomes upright in the twist, and then we untwist. Mamma mia, bend the left knee. Let's take Baddha Konasana. Feet on the floor, feet on the chair, wherever, soles of feet touching, torso long. Option to hinge, but please make sure those sitting bones are clear of flesh. So you can hinge on those sitting bones. That's the fulcrum. Sit up nice and tall. So even if you're hinging, the spine is lengthening. Wherever you are, spine is lengthening. All right. If you're hinging, come on up. Let's rub our hands together and make heat. And actually, I jumped the gun there. Separate your hands and just sweep the inner thighs. Sweep them out towards the knees. Sweep it, sweep it, sweep it. You can do this sitting on the floor. You can actually lay down on the floor if you wish and bring your knee up to you. Do whatever you need to do, whatever you can do to have one knee closer to you within reach. Some people lie down on the floor and just bring their knee up and rub the inner outer knee. I have my foot on a block, so my knee is up higher, closer to me. You could have the foot on that second chair and bring the knee up closer, or just within reach so we can rub the inner outer knee briskly with our warm hands. And then big lobster pinches around the knee joint. I wish you were all in one room with me. I could see you up close and personal. All right. And then big hand over the kneecap, other big hand stacks on top of that hand. Hover away as you circle the hands over the kneecap. So nothing is moving, just our hands. And the invisible chi, the life force energy of our knee. Change directions. And then just rubbing any way around the knee you want. Fingertips on the side of the knee, massaging those strong ligaments on the inner outer knee. And let go of that knee with your hands and feel the knee. Maybe you feel the chi, or it feels different somehow. And set up for knee number 2. Somehow getting that knee closer to you. You can hug it towards your chest if you're lying down. If you're seated, it can be on the second chair in front of you or on a block. Or just hinge forward. If your foot stays on the floor, hinge forward. Do your best not to round. And rub the inner outer knee. Sending heat to that knee joint. And then big friendly lobster pinches. Gain as much flesh as you can. And right here we can massage the ligaments, inner outer ligaments. There might be some tender spots. Very common. The ligaments have worked very hard for us, very often over the years. Palm, big palm, we call this a dog hand. Picture a big golden retriever puppy dog paw over our knee, other hand stacked on top, hover away, so only the hands are circling, moving, nothing else is moving. Just the chi in our hands. We have lots of chi in our hands, lots of life force energy emanating from our hands. Massage therapists, energy healers, Reiki healers, they'll all tell you the same thing. We all have that capability. They just practice it a lot, so it's more effective. We can practice it too, change directions, because we all have energy running through our hands, and it's healing energy. Okay, let's set that leg. You're on the floor, you can lay down straight, straighten your legs, allow them to relax. If you have a second chair, you can put your feet up on the chair, the toes are pointing out. If you have one chair and you're sitting on it, separate the knees a comfortable distance apart. Feet are relaxed. Getting into Shavasana, the final resting pose. Noticing our knees, our feet. Encouraging our leg bones to become very, very heavy. Wiggle your shoulders towards the floor or towards the back of the chair, wherever you are. And then encourage the head and neck to float back gently. Sense the breath. The breath stays normal or it's becoming more normal now that we're finishing class. Sense the breath with your mind's eye. If you're watching a wave ebb and flow off of a beach. Sensing the motion of the breath. Maybe we can use our sense of hearing. Maybe there's a slight sound to our breath. Maybe we can sense it with felt sense. What does the breath feel like? And where do we feel it the strongest? Maybe in the nostrils. Maybe it's the throat, the chest, the belly. And none of these answers are wrong. We're simply observing objectively the sound, the touch, the motion. And because we're intelligent human beings with a brain, we can also observe the thoughts. Some of us may be uncomfortable observing the breath. And it's actually quite common. So we can observe the thoughts. Where am I feeling this discomfort? How would I label this? As fear? Maybe there's a part of the breath that's easier. Maybe the inhale is easier than the exhale. Coming to this as scientifically as possible. Good, very nice. The last minute of Shavasana mantra, allowing the brain to settle on 4 words. I deserve the best. I deserve the best. And if it helps to put the hand on the heart for comfort. Connecting with divine or the universe, whatever higher energy you connect with, that source wants you to have the best, whether you believe it or not. I deserve the best. Let it soak in. So coming out of Shavasana, when you're on the floor, it's no matter where you are, but especially if you're lying on the floor, you can come out of Shavasana whenever you want. You staying in Shavasana for several minutes is lovely. Never feel like you need to come out when the teacher guides you out. When you're on the floor, because you're lying down and your head is low, it's even more important to come out slowly, more slowly, slower than you think you need to. So please move the fingers and the toes first, and then circle the ankles and the wrists. Maybe stretching the arms overhead and the legs in the other direction. Big yawning stretch. If you're on the floor, bend one knee at a time until your feet are on the floor so that you can roll to one side. Support the head with the lower arm. And after a few breaths, and when you feel ready, use your top arm to push yourself up. And the head follows. Palms together, thumbs to the chest, bowing the head, recognizing your beautiful inner light. Your light that has affected so many people through the years and includes so many people now, even when it's just your smile. I bow to each and every one of you with gratitude, joy, peace, and love. May your light shine brightly. And thank you for sharing your light with me today. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.
Great job.
Thank you, Mandy.